Hello everybody, I'm Mr. Dean, and I'm a city painter. Well, what am I going to talk about today is this thing here, transfer controller. Whoa, everything turned pink. Yeah, everything did. That's all the buildings I have modified with transfer controller. What is transfer controller? Transfer controller is the mod that allows me to specify where buildings get their resources or where buildings will sell the resources to. Now, some may already have another mod. There's a Transport Manager Community Edition. I'm not going to go into the full history of that, but I'll suffice to say that that particular mod is not receiving full-on development the way this one, transfer controller, is getting. Now, I've been able to speak with one of the developers of that mod, Chameleon, and I have to thank him very much for his support and attentiveness in helping me with a few issues I was facing. I've come to find that some of the issues were with an older version of the mod. Those have been fixed. And some of those were related to just what the mod does differently from the default transport management system and some of the power that it has in the game. So let's take a look here at Alamo Heights, big industrial area. I've got a train station that helps service thing, and I've got these warehouses here. I've got all my warehouses in town set to fill because I'm doing an experiment. But these guys are all getting plenty of goods from the warehouses and from the main industry. I've got a few that still show, nope, they're not getting anything. And I think that might be a glitch there. If I run this on a mode with no transport controller, they tend to do all right. And I don't have any problem with goods either going to the commercial zones. When I had older versions of this or with the other mod, I would see these not enough raw material things pop up and stay red for a long time, and I could either reset them using find it or just delete them and start over or whatever. Anyway, I've got, this guy, he went that way again. Sometimes buildings just stay stuck and the calls don't go through. That I'm sure will get repaired later on. Now, for industry here in town, though, it used to be I had this warehouse with 28% paper, this one with 40% paper, and this one over here with 50% paper. And they'd be all full, and then these other buildings here would be showing I have no paper at all. All right now they're showing they have no paper anyway, but at least the warehouses are cleaned out. And I come over here to the forest area and like, well, are you guys making paper? And yeah, 48 tons. So I don't know what's going on here, but they don't got any paper either, and at least these folks are getting theirs. The catch is, I think, that these guys are all producing things. I don't show any of them with a nobody wants to buy my goods. And I do have a number of them set to where they don't even export. That means everything they make should stay in the town. I'll just say that it looks bad for paper here, but periodically all the paper shows up and then all these guys are doing fine. I can't explain it, but I think it has more to do with my industries than it does with these buildings. Again, if I ran this without the transport controller, all of these would have their needs satisfied, but then the metals would have a problem. Then the paper would have a problem again. And I think it's a balance with how I have things set up in my city. But having said that, I definitely did see a difference between transport controller 0.03 and 0.02, and 0.03 really did a better job. And again, let me just show you here the flexibility you have with this. You can set up buying restrictions, so this will only get from holiday sources, and that means all of these warehouses here I have in the town. I can specify particular buildings that they buy from. I could allow imports or not allow imports. Why would you not allow imports? Well, sometimes you may see a delivery schedule to a building. Like if we go to the view here, and sometimes you'll see a brown truck line coming to it, and you follow it back, and in this case we see a truck that's actually coming in, 2 trucks. But sometimes you may see a line that goes back towards a cargo station, and then it just sort of ends. Well, that means it's waiting on a train somewhere to deliver it, and you're out of luck. So that's just one of those things there. But it does. But if you have imports, it could be coming in from off map, and you're out of luck. But if you don't allow imports, then that means it will only call for that good locally. Now, we can't really import the specialty goods, and if you notice, we now have our paper problem taken care of as I was talking. That's why I didn't panic. But you can import things like over here are zoned industry products there that service the regular industry here. So yeah, if I set these up to say, hey, no imports, guys, only pull off the warehouses, and let the warehouses do all the importing, that could make things more efficient. So I really like that. What else we got here? Selling, same difference, whether or not I allow exports or particular districts or buildings. So I could map things one-to-one and say this, like this petroleum factory here goes with that oil well and this petroleum refinery. I could map them one-to-one and just say the entire supply chain is going to be locked in. I could do that. The other thing I can do also is make sure it controls the services, so that way the police cars and fire trucks and ambulances and hearses and mail trucks from Gooseneck Bend, that they only service, well, that's not that one. Let me go to a different one. Here we go. Yeah, it only services the local area there. And that's really cool. So that's just a win, because now if he's only servicing this area here, or maybe Gooseneck Bend and Camp Gray Island, maybe I also throw in the Alamo Forest products. Maybe I put them all together. But that means there's no situation where somebody all the way over here in Highland Park calls for a police car out in Gooseneck Bend to have to drive all the way over. Instead, what's in that area will service that area. You have to build them out as you go along, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And definitely as I make my next city, that is what I'm going to do. As I add buildings, service buildings, I'm going to specify that they go with a particular area and no more. So I will have a really good situation with, especially when death waves hit. If I've got all the crematoriums that are service and cemeteries that are servicing, say, this area, they don't have to fight traffic, or somebody from another area doesn't have to fight traffic to get to them. They'll be serviced by their own group. Bullis will be serviced by its own. Downtown and Onion Creek serviced by their own. I can throw an Agua Dulce into that as well. I can always have neighborhoods that are close by work with other ones, or not. So go to the workshop, look up transfer controller, and take the beta one. Alpha is if you're feeling crazy and feeling lucky, but beta does a really great job. Now, how you arrange your industries, that's on you. If your industries can't deliver the goods, or they can't make enough of them, that's on you. But at least transfer controller really does a smashing good job of making sure that service buildings stay local, and you can sort out industry problems in a really good way. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you Like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you have a fun time with your city painting. I'm Mr. Dean, and I'm a city painter. Bye for now.